Hi, I'm Jeremy Crosby.
And I'm Nick Boucher. We're your hosts for the program that's all about your city, Talking Fitchburg.
Every weekday, we pull together the news, events, and information you need to stay on top of what's happening in the city of Fitchburg.
Find Talking Fitchburg on cable TV, Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, and our live stream on the web. Plus, you can find all our headlines and stories on Facebook, YouTube, and our video on demand service. This is your city.
Keep up with Talking Fitchburg and the issues affecting you and your neighbors.
Want to know what's happening in your city? Get Notify Me messages from the City of Fitchburg. Visit fitchburgwi.gov on your computer or mobile device and select the big Notify Me button on the left. Enter your email and/or phone number, whichever is best for you to get notifications. Scroll down the list and select all the topics you're interested in to receive email or text messages about. You'll be notified every time one of your topics is updated. Sign up for Notify Me, one more way to keep up with your Fitchburg government.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the November Library Board meeting. It is 5:30 on November 19th. I'll call the meeting to order. No public appearances or anything that I'm aware of?
Nope.
May I have a motion to approve the minutes for the October 25?
I'll make that motion.
John? Any discussion, any questions, comments on the minutes? Seeing none, hearing none. All in favor of saying, or all in favor of approving the minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Was that an opposed, or was that, Logan, was that an opposed
Oh,
or
no,
just
that was
late?
a I approve. Sorry,
Okay.
I was slow in the draw there.
No problem, thank you. Financial reports. May I have a motion to approve the financial, August financial register and overview? Anyone? Okay. Wendy,
Thank you, Dan.
Yep, thank you.
Yeah. Let's go over the register first. I believe this was a 3-pay period month, so we're looking at August. So you'll see that the salary accounts are a little bit higher than normal, but as long as it all comes out at the end of the year, we're good. We did pay a couple of, we had a garage opener repair. And I think that bill came in a little bit late, so I think that was quite a bit earlier in the year. A couple of programs. Facility Site, just a reminder, that is the door counter software that we installed last year. So that is kind of a newer charge that we're seeing. Let's see. I had some mileage reimbursement. We had a all directors meeting in the Dells, I think it was. So they try to spread them out over South Central so that even though most of us are in Dane County, we get to visit other places occasionally. And then in account 390, this is kind of a weird one that pops up. I think it's supposed to come up every year, but really comes up every couple of years. So these are patron checks never cashed. So when we give refunds to people, so somebody loses a book, pays for a book, brings it back, we give them a refund check, and then they never cash it. And they true this up at the county level. Like I think at the end of each year, the city sends it to the county, then the county eventually comes back, and so we did not expend this money when we thought we expended it, but it comes back, which seems unfair to me in a different calendar year. But I have tried, and there is no way to change that. So that's kind of an odd one. You'll see our copier overage was down to $1.28. That's good. But just for background, we got a new copier contract earlier this year at quite a discount from the previous one, but we have been seeing some overages. And so I've been like asking the staff very nicely to default to black and white and to be careful about what they're printing. And so things are coming down. I think I think this most recent one is 56 cents or something,
56 cents. Yes, indeed.
which is not enough to make a payment, really, with a check or a credit card. So they're letting us just hold on to that until we have more to pay. So there's issues no matter how much it is.
Yep.
On the overview, a couple of things that jumped out at me. If we look at account 355, furniture and operating expense, we have a lot of money left in that account. Part of that is that we set aside money every year for furniture replacements. Because we're doing the second floor redesign this year, a lot of that came out of the CIP project instead of this account. This was also a good reminder to me that we hadn't ordered carts for this year. So with carts and task chairs are the two things that we really try to buy, like a certain number of every year so that we never have to buy them all at the same time. So the cart order is in now, so we're good there. And you'll see in 387, so that's collection money, you'll see that ticking right up for the rest of the year. So our goal is always to spend that completely on materials for checkout at the library. We don't ever want to leave anything on the table there. So we get really close at the end of the year, and then we play sort of a game about what's really going to make it by the end of the year, what has been delayed, what has been canceled, what do we get a bigger discount on, which is a great problem to have, but then sometimes you end up with money at the end of the year. Starting last year, we started to take whatever was left at the end of the year and putting it into overdrive, so for ebooks, because we can put any amount and it goes in immediately. So it's easier for us to spend the whole amount kind of right at the last minute. And then I would just like to point out also, so restricted grant expenditure, that 5515-510. So we've spent $5,499.89, and that goes hand in hand with the grant money down in the revenue account of 510. So the grant was $5,550, so we have $51 left.
Yeah.
Staff are really good at like hitting it right on where they need to, so happy to see that. Any questions? All right.
So all in favor of the financial register and overview, say aye.
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 And opposed? Passed, approved, all right. Let's see, unfinished business, I don't think we have any.
Nope.
New business, so the council approved 2026 budget. I don't think we need an approval on that, that's been approved, we just want to discuss that, is that right?
I would like an approval on
Okay, maybe we have a motion to approve the council approved 2026 budget.
I'll make that motion.
John?
All right, so this has not changed very much since you've last seen it. It's gone through the whole process of, you saw the draft, it went to finance director, city administrator, mayor, finance committee, and then finally the council. So it just passed the council earlier in November. Just a reminder that when we apply fund balance money, so in the very first section there, you'll see $237,040. That's coming out of our fund balance. So then down at the net surplus deficit, we show a deficit, but it's almost exactly the same amount. And so that's balanced as far as we're concerned. We're about $500 overspent. The finance director did not, she had some money turn up in a different account that she reassigned and did not take it out for that. So I think we're good. There was an IT account, I think, that came back a little bit less than expected, and she put that into utilities. So we had $73,000 allocated for utilities, and we got another $800 in there. So that's not going to solve our ongoing utility problem, but it helps a little bit. So yeah, this is where we expected it. You know, we've got some accounts. That 240 account, repairs and maintenance by others, is down from 19,000 to 5,000, and that is painful. We are looking for ways to carry forward funds that are unspent this year if we have them to kind of help that next year. We can also do that in, let's see, where are we? Repair and maintenance supplies, custodial supplies, and I just found out we can also do it for vehicle expense. So we had a year that we had a big repair on the van, and so we were budgeting a little bit higher, but we haven't needed it knock on wood. So we are going to be able to carry that forward for just kind of to account for some years are better than others. So I'm happy about that. I thought I invented that idea when I took it to Misty, and she's like, no, that's one of these. So smart. So anyway, so I think things look good. I mean, things don't look great, but things look good. Any questions? I know this is not really new information, but I wanted to make sure that now that it is approved by the council, that you approve it as well because of the statute, the state statute that says you have control of the library money.
So,
Just clarifying,
Yeah.
then on page 8, so if I'm looking at this right, the net surplus deficit, bottom row is showing 237,538.
Yep.
So how does that balance out?
So if you look up in the first section, account 254,930,251, assigned balance, fund balance applied.
Understood?
So that is money out of our savings that we are applying next year.
Okay,
So we're really only about $500 off,
got it.
which I would really rather just be down to the penny on, but it doesn't always happen that way.
And our fund balance right now, total, about 900,000?
Yes.
Okay,
Yep. So we've been spending that fairly consistently with the sorter and then the second floor project, and then next year it'll be children's, and then we'll have to hold off on that for a little bit. We've got self-checks coming up, potentially replacement of the library van. But otherwise, we're going to cool it a little bit on that expenditure
Okay.
so we can build that back up. All right.
other questions or comments? Then we'll ask for approval of the 2026 budget. All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? None? Approved. Next topic, the contract with the Dane County Library System. We need approval on this? Yeah, we will need approval on it.
Yes.
So may I ask for a motion for approving the contract with the DCLS?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you.
All right, so this is something that we sign every year. You may remember that we had Tracy Harold attend a meeting not too long ago to kind of explain how this formula works. We did see a significant drop in this from last year. We've been seeing drops over the last couple of years. That is largely due to the town of Madison absorption. The end of the pandemic, so we lost kind of our last really big year. 2019 fell out of the 3-year average, so those two things combined to lower things. We're also, as we all know, struggling with a lot of Fitchburg residents checking out in Verona. So there's kind of a combination of things there. So this takes all of the things that we pay for and that cross county or cross township, cross municipal piece, adds it all up. So if you see the little table on the back page, it kind of spells it all out for you. So we will get a payment of $18,418, which is what we were expecting, but not super excited about. So.
Does someone here double-check those numbers?
Yes. Sadly, they're correct.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I would very much like them to not be. Yeah. Yeah, so we just need to approve that.
Okay. Looking at, reading through the whereases. The second one says that our local library board, or the library, provides services only to residents of its parent municipality. The next one says that we are willing and able to provide library service to outside of our
Right.
municipality throughout the county.
So that is.
Which kind of, one kind of doesn't, one offsets the other, I guess. Seems like you could have one whereas there as opposed to two.
Right.
I suppose
And
some-
then put on top of that the layer of South Central
Correct.
of the system that is also legally required.
Yeah.
The language is confusing.
It is.
Always.
Yeah. But anyway, the good thing is that we come to a bottom line where we get a little bit of money from it.
Yes,
so.
yes. We have in the past paid into this instead of gotten money out of it, so it could always be worse.
And the way to change that or increase that number is to have more withdrawals from this library.
That's one of the ways we could do it. If we could reduce the number of
Withdrawals that are
checkouts
coming
from.
from other libraries.
Right.
Fitchburg residents.
Fitchburg residents check out here, non-Fitchburg residents check out here.
Right.
Would all be good for us.
Yeah.
I do think we'll see a leveling off of this because of the town of Madison and the 2019 numbers, because those affected us so much. I think that doesn't grow this, which is what we would like to happen. So the checkout part grows it.
Okay. And then you've got the document here for us to sign.
Yes, I do.
After the meeting.
We'll set that aside so we
Thank
don't
you.
forget.
So, any other questions or comments about that? If not, then we'll ask for a vote. All in favor of approving the contract with the DCLS, say aye.
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 And opposed? None. Okay. And then Resolution R 200-25, and that is looking at moving some money, amending the 2025 budget, moving some money from one account to, or a couple accounts back and forth.
Yes.
You want to talk about that, Wendy?
Yes, let's get a motion
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
first.
May I ask, may I get a motion to approve that resolution, what is it here now?
R 225.
R 200-25, yeah, thank you.
So moved.
All right, thank you.
So this is the second round of this. We did this earlier this year. We're trying to do it before the end of the year at the request of the finance director. As everyone knows, we replaced the chiller. We got the solar up and running. We did all of that in May of last year, April and May, right before we were doing the budget. And so we cut this budget anticipating that we would have, I guess, a more favorable environment than we ended up having. So we do have money to cover this. $4,800 is coming out of disability premiums. We've been on a premium holiday for 6 years now, I think. So that's handy. We also have been getting a lot more interest than we expected, so we are able to move that. So we're in all moving $35,000. That is probably more than we really need, but I don't want to do this again. So that will give us plenty of room. Our last couple of utility bills have come in fairly reasonable. We had a couple that were very high earlier in the year, so I'm hopeful we won't need it all, but better to have it and not need it.
Right.
Yep. As we mentioned in the budget for next year, we did increase the budget to $73,800. It remains to be seen if that will cover it. We do have one section of solar that is not working right now, so that's not working in our favor. We do have plans in place to get that fixed. So that's where we stand. This will go to council for approval because it is a high amount and it's moving money out of revenue. So that always goes to council.
Okay.
I missed what was
Yeah.
going to be, when we have plans for fixed, the chiller performance or the solar?
The solar.
Okay.
So we got the solar back up and running. The whole thing was down for 6 months maybe. We got the whole thing up and running. There's equipment problems.
Yep.
And then a third of it went down again. So they have replaced another inverter under warranty, so that didn't cost us anything, but it is still not working. So they need to go up, I think, and basically like find out what's not hooking up to what.
Okay.
So this will not come to the library, but Mariah and I have worked on a memo to move money from just 1,000 here, 600 there, where we can find it to put $5,000 towards solar repair yet this year.
Okay.
So I don't anticipate that that's going to solve our problem for next year. Like the solar does not help us that much.
No.
So $73,800, I think we'll probably need to do a budget amendment yet next year for maybe $10,000. I think it'll be much less. I mean, fingers crossed. This has been a moving target the whole time we've been open. The whole time since we put solar in place, I guess. So.
And that's helpful context on the solar array and then on the chiller performance?
So the chiller was replaced. We expected that we would see, because the old chiller was running constantly, we thought we would see a lot more efficiency. It was also designed by a company in, I think, Texas or something. So we really thought using a local company, it would be more efficient, and that has not completely panned out.
Okay. So basically, the chiller performance right now is kind of that where we expect steady state?
Yes.
And that
Yes.
was,
We're having a couple of issues with it that I think we're going to bring the company in to look at.
Okay.
So I think there is a little bit of improvement, but I don't think it's going to financially make much of a difference.
okay. And that's reflected in the 2026 budget that we just approved?
Sort of.
Okay.
Not enough. Not enough.
Potential, I think I heard about 10,000.
Had we not had the drop
Possible.
in income from the county that we just talked about, we would have gotten that back up to probably 80. We used to have $100,000 in there. We took it down when we got solar. We took it down, over the years as we saw benefit. The solar benefit really took it down, and then it's just been climbing ever since. So I can't explain that. I don't know.
Okay,
So yeah.
helpful to understand.
So things will be better in '26, but not completely fixed. Fingers crossed that by 2027, we can get enough money in the utility account to just be fine.
Okay.
That's my goal. Who knows?
So
So you have
Wendy,
one-
if we're trying to get this solar, get the money into the account to have the solar panels fixed
Yeah.
yet this year, will the work also be done yet this calendar year?
Yes, we have already given them the
Runs.
okay.
Drawn tight. Okay.
Yeah. I think they've had some weather hangups, so I don't know how soon it will happen, but we gave them the okay probably 3 weeks ago, after I talked with the city administrator and the finance director about how to get some money into that account.
Looks like we have a
Awesome.
cat
Well,
that's.
it's turning out so far to be a favorable weather climate where we don't have
Yeah.
6 inches of snow on the ground yet.
Yes. Here's, fingers crossed they can get this done quickly.
And I need some clarification. Who or what is the finance committee?
So at the city, there's a finance department, and I talk a lot about the finance director. That's Misty Dodge, so she's in charge of things. There is also a finance committee that is made up of alders, and they meet with Misty once a month to go over all of the bills. So she makes sure the whole city is following all of the legalities and doing things the right way, so that we don't get audited too much or in trouble with anybody. So she makes the rules.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Yes.
Other comments? All in favor of the amending the resolution 200-25, or the budget, say aye.
All right,
Aye.
Aye.
And opposed? None, okay. Approved. And then the 2026 library closure dates, do you need a motion on that, Wendy?
Yes, please.
So may I have a motion to approve the 2026 library closure dates?
I'll move approval.
Thank you.
And then I made Phil come to this meeting to talk about it because I had all the other things.
I was wondering when Phil was going to jump in.
So Phil does a lot of the scheduling. Phil is in charge of making sure that all of our close dates are in both the library system, so that checkout dates aren't on those dates, but also the locks on the doors.
Doors don't open.
Oh, yeah.
He is very well acquainted with
Important
this.
stuff, yeah.
For sure. Yeah, so this is just the list of 2026. It has the open hours, the closure dates, and the early closures we go through. Most of it is pretty straightforward. That obviously federal holidays and stuff that were closed. We did have some instances this year, more than usual, of federal holidays falling on Fridays, which messes with some of the schedules that we have. So there's a little bit of change and a couple extra dates in here to kind of make the schedules work, but otherwise pretty straightforward that way.
Yeah, so I think both Juneteenth and the 4th of July.
Yeah.
This is sort of interesting for us because the city has a policy, of course, that if a holiday falls on Saturday, they get Friday, and if it falls on Sunday, they get Monday. But that's because they don't work weekends. So with us, if we have one fall on a Friday, Saturday, or a Sunday, we have a certain percentage of staff that we're not working that day but are getting paid. So they have to have another day off. And so then you can't staff the library for those days. So that's why for Juneteenth and Independence Day, it's 2 days.
Yeah. And same with the Christmas closure of just
Yes.
basically having multiple days back that we would have.
We
to-
learned this the hard way probably 12 years ago when our first holiday landed on a,
Thursday, Friday.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then all the people that were working the weekend needed paid days off, but then a lot of people asked for time off, and there was just literally nobody here to work. And then one year we had, I think, a blizzard and an outbreak of the flu. It was terrible.
Yeah.
And so now we are very careful about what days we can manage to be open, so,
It gives us about 3 days to make up about 48 hours of time
Yeah.
which is, yeah.
Okay.
That time of
Does
year
not
is,
work.
it means no one's getting vacation over the holidays. So-
Right,
So,
right,
but-
which is not good.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, but otherwise, nothing new in there.
No, and just a reminder that we do close early the day before Thanksgiving and on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
There is some talk at the city about making New Year's Eve a paid holiday. Didn't go through this year. It's something they're talking about for the future. We do follow their holiday schedule almost exactly. I think they do a half day on New Year's Eve and we don't, so we get 4 hours of floating holiday to make up for that.
Right, we do close early that day. But,
Yes,
but we,
yes,
yeah, we
but
don't
not as
have
early
to.
as they do. I
Yeah,
guess.
for sure.
Yeah.
So,
So there has been some talk about trying to true that up. I think it would be easier for everyone if we did. Yeah.
Okay.
Questions?
Anything? And, all in favor of approving the 2026 library closure dates, say aye.
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 Okay, opposed? All right, so President's Report, I guess first off, I probably could have done this earlier, but welcome Brett Wagner, a new board member. Got some applause there on the, on the screen.
Love it.
So, I don't know, you already told us a little bit about yourself,
Sure.
what you're doing with, what'd you say?
Junior
Junior
Achievement.
Achievement. I was
Yeah.
going to say, think they had Boys Club, Boys and Girls Club in my head, but Junior Achievement, okay. Anything else you care to share?
Well, geez, no, it's a real privilege. So I think my path to this board is through my work running for Madison School Board last year. I was unsuccessful in the bid, but made some terrific connections. Mayor Radfrada, Logan, and others, and really found the passion in literacy efforts and making sure that there's real visibility to the literacy rates in our students, particularly in Madison, but I think it is a statewide, even nationwide epidemic right now. So, it was just a perfect fit. And, while I have board experience, Junior Achievement, which is more a working board than advisory, this board being more advisory, but also advocacy. And so it's a real privilege to be able to advocate as well as, serve on the board with you all and making sure that we're stewarding this really valuable community asset. So, thank you.
Great, great.
Yeah.
Well, welcome. And then I've discussed with Wendy that the board currently sits without a vice president. And her and I talked about it. I reached out to Rachel, who unfortunately is not able to attend today, but asked her if she'd consider it. She did consider it and has accepted that position as vice president, which will ensure that we have somebody to kind of sit in for me if I'm unavailable or unable to make a meeting or whatever. So I would like to ask for a motion to approve Rachel Becker as our vice president of the board.
I'll make that motion.
John, thank you. Thoughts, comments? I think it puts us where we need to be, just.
I just have a quick question, I guess more of a point of order. If it wasn't included in the agenda that we approved, is it something we're able to make a motion on this evening, or do we have to?
Good point.
Put it
Probably
in
not.
a future agenda?
Probably not. I mean, I don't know that we necessarily need to have board approval if it's not done as part of the annual slate. Because I think she's just finishing out the year. So I think we're good without it.
I'm fine either
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
I don't have any
Yeah,
thoughts or
if it wasn't listed as an action item, we shouldn't vote on it. You're correct. Thank you, Logan. Logan knows all
We
the rules.
don't need to vote on it.
No.
We'll just
Right.
accept her as
Yep.
vice president, okay?
We just say thank you.
Thank you, that's right. Okay, good. And then I think that's all I had, so library director report.
Sure. All right, so a couple of things. We did have a staff in-service earlier in November, and it went very well. We did CPR training, so Fitchburg came out and spent several hours with us doing adult, child, and infant CPR, as well as Narcan and Stop the Bleed. So we got a lot of stuff packed into one morning, so that was good. And then we spent the afternoon, the managers met and worked on strategic planning. So a day well spent, I think. Let's see. I don't think I had anything in statistics. Oh, I did want to point out wireless sessions has been blank for the last 2 months. We're having some sort of software problem at South Central. They count our wireless for us, and something's wrong. So hopefully when it comes back, they can populate past months, but I don't know if that's going to be the case or not. We'll see. Facilities. We have 3 new security cameras on the second floor as part of the CIP project. They are not connected yet, but the cables have been running, the cameras are up, so we'll get those connected with IT here pretty soon. I said this about the cameras, and I was wrong, but the last thing we're going to do as part of the CIP project is replace that screen that we're looking at, because people keep writing on it, and there's no way to get it off. Although I have to admit that I'm guilty for one of those, and I wasn't writing on it, but there was bugs stuck to it, and I tried to use an eraser. I tried to use that eraser, which should be in the garbage, to knock it off, and it just made a big black mark. So anyway, we're getting a new one of those. Kevin installed that one, so we'll have him install the new one. And then I really think we're done with the CIP. Like, we're going to run out of time. We have not run out of money. I think we're $60,000 less than we expected to spend, so that's fantastic. Always how we want that to be. The last thing, so the children's library redesign, we put out an RFP for that. It was open for 3.5 weeks, I think, and it did close on October 31st. We got 2 proposals, and we are doing interviews on December the 1st to select someone. So very happy with how that's going. Although I still feel like I don't know what I'm doing, and I keep having to call City Hall and say, how do you do this? So people are being very helpful about that. Personnel, we hired an LA2 for adult services. She's fantastic. This is her first week. And we've been very short-staffed this week with illnesses and vacations, and so she's just had to jump right in and is doing a great job. We had an LA1 opening, I think the last time we met. We now have 2 because Murillo, who works the front desk, who's amazing, is relocating to southern Minnesota. So we were thankfully able to slip the hours of the second position into the posting for the first position because it still had plenty of time to run. Got 57 applicants, and we'll be doing interviews on December the 4th. So hoping to fill 2 positions at once, and really hoping that people just want to start like the next day, because that'd be great. We've had a couple of, Monday night we were real on edge about whether we were going to be able to be open or not. We had so many people out. So as a longer term project, I think that we've got a lot of people with a lot of tenure here that get increasing amounts of vacation, which they are very welcome and encouraged to take. But when they do, and then someone calls in sick, then we have a real problem. So I think we're going to have to be looking at staffing levels. It's a really good problem to have. Like, retention is great. I'm happy that people are happy enough to stay here long enough to get bumped up in the system. But it does not. It does come with costs. So that's something we'll be looking at, I think, going forward. And then strategic planning. All I was going to mention is that we did spend the afternoon. The in-service are moving along with what the reports are going to look like. Still on track to present to the board in early next year.
Okay.
And that's all for me.
All right. Announcements, as mentioned earlier, I think there was an email went out to everybody that there is no meeting in December. And I think, Tim, you've got some out of office work that's going on, right?
Yes,
Hope everything goes well there.
Thank you.
Our next library board meeting will be January 21st, 2026 at 5:30 here. But between now and then, I wish everybody happy Thanksgiving and happy holidays coming up.
Yes.
And would ask now for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you. Anybody objecting to that? All in favor, say aye.
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 All right.
Nobody ever does object to that one.
All right, thank you. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Take care, everybody.